learned the lessons I wish I had when I first started. And the cool thing is we're in LA right now, and just the other day I gave a 4-hour deep dive seminar to people that paid $2,000 to $5,000 each just to be in that room and learn the lessons that you're about to learn. But today you're learning those entirely for free because they're so freaking powerful that I want to share them with you right here, right now. So enjoy. Right now, in 2025, we're in the third wave of wealth creation. Anybody has any idea what the first wave of wealth creation was? How did you create wealth for the first time? Yep. Speak out, come on. Yeah, not bad. That was a little bit later. Yep. Animals, kinda. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit more basic, okay? We had the three waves of wealth creation. The first one was government-based. I'm just gonna abbreviate it here as Gov. That was people like Christopher Columbus. He was basically teaming up with the rich and wealthy elite of Europe, with the kings and queens, and said, hey, I'm going to go discover some stuff for you, and I'm going to bring back all my bounty, and we're going to share the deal. That was government-based wealth creation. That was what year was that, folks? History lessons? Exactly, 1492, something like that. I know this because there's an Austrian beer that was made in the exact same time as Christopher Columbus discovered your beautiful country. Number two, second wave of wealth creation is now we're getting into the infrastructure that you mentioned earlier. And that is where you have the big corporations. That's the Rockefellers. That's people like Colonel Sanders. You built a big giant corporation with huge overheads, huge staff spendings, huge expenses, and you just expanded really aggressively, and hope that you didn't go bust in the process, and hope that you were making money in decades to come. Right now, when the third wave of wealth creation, anybody has any idea what that is? Just yell it out. Not yet. Almost. AI is more like a helping tool for that. Who's that personal branding? My man, there you go. Personal branding. That is the third wave of wealth creation. Who's one of the wealthiest people on earth right now? Mr. Beast. Who here does not know who Mr. Beast is? Guys, literally, you don't know who Mr. Beast is? Classic Russian. You actually have a Russian equivalent of Mr. Beast. He's literally a guy who speaks Russian, copies all his videos, one of the wealthiest Russians right now. It's really funny. Mr. Beast is literally a billionaire. How did he become a billionaire? Not by teaming up with any sort of government. Not by creating a fucking corporation. He's a billionaire for creating YouTube videos. How fucking crazy is that? He doesn't have a business degree, didn't go to Harvard, didn't know the right people, literally just started making videos. By the way, let me know if the sound is cool. I don't want to make it fucked up or anything. Literally started making videos from his mom's basement, like from his actual mom's basement. He started going viral with videos like, I'm going to count to 10,000, or what was it? That was one of the first videos. I think he counted to 1,000 or 10,000. It was just like a 6-hour video of him, like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10,000. Then he got viral again by saying subscribe to PewDiePie for like 1,000 times or something like that. So no team involved, nothing. Just him and his iPhone shooting YouTube videos. And it's funny because Marcel introed me a little bit earlier, and for all of those who were here yesterday, I'm going to give you a quick background on my story, just real quick crash course. Don't worry, it's not going to be too detailed. I grew up in a 5,000 piece of cow town in the middle of the Austrian Alps. So basically had two options there, to either become a farmer or a carpenter. I didn't like any of these choices because I kind of felt like there's got to be more to life. So actually, initially, I wanted to become a rock star. That was like my idea. I was like, if I can be a rock star, I can travel the world, make millions of dollars, and inspire people. It was these three things, right? Travel the world, make millions of dollars, and inspire people. So I started playing guitar. Wanted to become a heavy metal guitarist. I practiced every single day until one day I woke up in Vienna. I lived in Vienna to study, and I got tendonitis. Anybody know what tendonitis is? Is when the tendons that connect your lower arm muscle with your fingers are getting inflamed. You can't really move your fingers anymore, meaning it's basically a death sentence for anybody that wants to play guitar. So all doctors crazily told me I could never play guitar anymore, which by the way I can now, which is no problem, but that was pretty much a dream buster for me. I couldn't make my dream come true. And then funny enough, when I started working on my awkwardness and my social weirdness, I started posting about it on a forum on the internet back then in Germany. German-speaking forum, and I just started posting about, my journey of getting out of my shell, talking to someone that was intimidating me, talking to a pretty girl that I met at university, and I just started posting my lessons there, and then at some point people started asking me if I would do coaching, and that's how I kind of started with my very first business. I started charging $150 per day, coaching someone an entire day and overcoming, their social fears, getting out of their shell, and teaching them kind of like emotional understanding, emotional calibration, and so on and so forth. And what happened back then, that was 2011, I started building what we now call a micro brand. Who here doesn't know what a micro brand is? It's totally cool if you have no clue. Okay, well, guess what? It's like a brand, like a Mr. Beast brand, but on a tiny scale. So instead of having millions of subscribers, I had like maybe 200 people that would go onto the forum and read my forum posts. But the cool thing about that micro brand was very niche specific because it was targeting young men in their 20s who were socially awkward, who wanted to improve their dating life, right? So instead of a Mr. Beast video that kind of targets everyone, everybody likes watching Mr. Beast videos, it was targeting a small subset of people where I said, okay, you are in your early 20s and you want to work on your dating life. So even though I only had 200, 300 people reading my stuff, I was still able to make money from that because it was a very hyper-specific niche brand, a little bit of a micro brand, as we say. And from there on, I started making a couple $1,000s a month, which as a student was insane. It was like way more money than I would have ever thought I'd make, especially because my goal was to become a guitarist. So way more money than I ever thought. And what happened was this really big organization based in LA called Real Social Dynamics. It was back then the biggest company for dating advice and personal development advice. They had a bunch of free jobs that they always offered, and I took all of the free jobs. They had all these unpaid internships. I took all of them, and I just worked for them for free because it was all about giving value. If you remember, first rule of money making from yesterday, anybody remembers? Create value. Yes. Money follows value. So that was kind of like my idea, just give as much value as possible. I get a shit ton of value to these guys until they started inviting me to come to Miami. I'll never forget this fateful phone call. It was a phone call I received that said, Max, can you come to Miami? I'm like, come to Miami? I'm in Austria. Miami is like a crazy city I only know from Hollywood movies. Like, what are you talking about? And they said, well, can you come to Miami tomorrow to come help out and work for free as an unpaid intern? Lo and behold, I'm not going to go too much into details. I said yes to that. I borrowed $16,000 from my parents, from my best friend, from my brother, and from my bank to be on that flight 2 weeks later to work entirely for free for 6 months. Why did I work for free for 6 months? Because I knew the value I would receive back from the value I give is going to be cash flow positive eventually. Because I'll literally be working with someone that is doing the exact same thing that I want to do. I would be the personal assistant of someone named Owen Quick who's traveling the world making a shit ton of money and inspiring people, and he's getting paid for that. So I said, if I can be this guy's personal assistant, I'm going to pick up so much knowledge about brand building, about money making, about being free and living a freedom lifestyle. I don't care if I don't get paid for 6 to 12 months, because I'll get paid in knowledge. Knowledge builds up forever. And I said this yesterday too. Knowledge stacks up. This right here is day one of this wonderful Limitless event, right? We're going to give you a lot of knowledge today, we're going to give you more tomorrow, and even more tomorrow, and then over time it will stack up. It's literally the best investment you could ever make. By the way, we invested in Bitcoin. Who here owns Bitcoin? Not a lot of people, okay. Who here invested in Bitcoin before 2017? Okay, how early? 16, nice. You in the back? 2013, nice. That was like 2K or something? Beautiful. I bought Bitcoin in 2016-17 at 8K, and I thought it was late. I actually bought like 100K worth of Bitcoin back then from my first seminars that I held. Because I just had all this money laying around, I'm like, fuck it, let's put it into Bitcoin. Never really looked at my portfolio ever since then, I still have it all. But it was kind of like a cool, weird time to be able to invest in these kind of things, because I said, sure, Bitcoin investment is cool, and I think the portfolio is well over $1 million now, but what's making me much more money is the knowledge that I've acquired over the last years, because that stacks up much more, and has much more of a multiplying effect than Bitcoin. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because I want you to understand the importance of personal branding. So I went from unpaid intern with 200 people that look at my little fucking forum posts to a 300,000 subscriber YouTube channel back in 2015. And those weren't just any subscribers, those were die-hard subscribers. In fact, it got so crazy that it actually got so bad that I had to move out of Europe because everywhere I went, I would be recognized by some 20-year-old guy who would ask me for photos, who would ask me for autographs, who would ask me to get with their girlfriend because it would be, I quote, an honor. I would get a lot of unsolicited offers like this. And it was literally crazy because I went back to Vienna, Austria, the capital of Austria, after 4 world tours, hoping that I could settle down in my favorite city in Europe, and just kind of live a life there, make my money online, and just kind of chill. I could not even walk down the street with a girl or with a date without someone filming or walking up to me, asking me stupid questions. I couldn't sit at a steak restaurant with my best friends without people filming or asking me stupid questions. I literally had people post photos of my home and tagging me and saying, is this where you live, Max? I'm going to camp here until you come out so I can ask you questions. Not kidding. Not even kidding. But that was only the bad 1%. The top 99% were really fucking fantastic. And what happened was I realized that if you have a brand attracting the right people, not just any people, but the right people, your life is going to become infinitely easier. We talked about Andrew Tate as a great example. Everybody knows Andrew Tate. The problem about Andrew Tate is he's not building a brand that is targeted at the right people. He's building a brand that is just targeted at mass. That doesn't do shit. It's great, it makes money, but it's really hard to get there, and you're going to get a lot of the negative aspects compared to the positive aspects. I really want you to write this down and really understand this. It's not necessarily about how many people that give you attention. It's much more about what kind of people. If followers make good money, you're gonna, because people would say, that was a bonus. It's in right now. Possible to start your own business without a personal brand. But also, if you're employed, you're happy in a 9-to-5 job, you're going to be outperformed by someone that has a personal brand on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever fits to your niche. Even if you later on want to switch industries or you want to switch companies, you're going to have a personal brand. Why do I know this? Because I fucking hire people all the time. I have over 35 full-time employees around the world, and a bunch more that work half-time for me, and freelancers. I hire people all the fucking time. I hired 2 more full-time employees just yesterday, within the last 36 hours. What do I look at when people apply? Do you think I look at the fucking CV? I haven't looked at a CV in 8 years. They send me their CV, I'm like, great, thank you. I don't even fucking open the file. What I do look at is how they behave in the interview, how well they can take feedback for the second interview, and a look at their socials. That's literally what I do. I have so, if you open my Instagram right now, you go to my message requests, I always have between 8 and 60, let's say Max is going to work with you. Max, I saw you have an open position. First thing I do is I click on the profile. If the profile is private, I don't reply. If the profile is weird, has a weird profile picture, I don't reply. If they post stupid memes, I don't reply. They don't even get the chance to go on an interview with me. I'm not saying this because I'm arrogant, I mean probably as well. But I'm saying this because I want you to understand the power of a personal brand, especially if you're a business owner or someone who wants to create a business. Now, I want you to understand the importance of it. Actually, funny story. I'll tell you one quick funny story. Last New Year's Eve 2024, my girlfriend and I visited Austria, my hometown. She's from Finland, and I hate New Year's Eve. I usually go to bed at 9 p.m. as usual, and then I wake up the next morning and I go back to work. And I usually briefly wake up from the fireworks outside at midnight. That's how I've been spending New Year's Eve for the last 5 years. My girlfriend, though, she always wants to be special. She always wants to do something, she wants to celebrate someone, she wants to cheers with me, she wants to give me a New Year's kiss and all that jazz. So I get completely caught off guard because we spontaneously decide after Christmas to stay in Austria, okay? Where do you go? I come from a 5,000 people town. There's nothing there. Okay? There's nothing there. You can go down to the lake and stand on the lake. That's basically kind of what you can do. That's all. There's mountains everywhere.